Hello, good morning, and it's raining, and here I am in day 5 of being at the festival, but day 4 of reviewing, and yeah, it's a car park. I'm coming out of the car park, the Moss car park in Nicholson Square before I start my day. So, a few things as I wander off to yet another reviewers gathering at Brew Lab, and begin a day that's going to be a bit of a challenge for me because there are some of my usual nonsense getting from place to place. The other night I'd finished up at Gilded Balloon Paterhouse and discovered why afterwards that my ticket request had not been processed, and once again it's down to me, I'd put the wrong date. So because they are very efficient, they managed to pick that up after I'd asked about a ticket. So I'm going to go and see the one that I wasn't going to go and see the other day. Today there's also hopefully my first time to go and see the Free Fringe, which is a wonderful idea. PBH's Free Fringe is the biggest example that's lasted the pace in Edinburgh. There have been a few other things that have been here that haven't quite lasted as long, and it means you're going to see a show for nothing, and there's a bucket at the end, and if you wish to contribute you can. Sometimes there's a bit of pressure on you to put your hands in your pocket, sometimes it's not. And a lot of good things have come out of the Free Festival and the Free Fringe, where there's a lot of acts who've tried stuff out and found that it worked, and therefore led to bigger careers. So it's quite good. So sometimes though it can be difficult to fit some of them in. But I suppose it's just down to effort, really, isn't it? Rather than blaming the artists for you not being able to go and see them. So, hopefully a bit of that. Also, I'm really conscious that most of my Fringe viewing has been in one particular place. I've been over around Nicholson Square, Pleasance. Furthest out probably has got its dance space, and I'm going to be at the Traverse next week as well, so I'm hoping that that'll take me off to New Town Theatre, Assembly Rooms and so on, because that's a bit of a neglect for the whole Fringe experience, particularly for my own Fringe experience. So today, once again, Summer Hall, Space, venues are in there, and hopefully that will lead to some gems. The other day wasn't quite as, once I get down to writing the reviews, wasn't quite as wonderful as I'd thought it might have been on reflection. One of the things that Fringe Review has done is given us a banner which is good show, and I really like that, because it means those that we wouldn't necessarily recommend but have got so much in it that's really meritorious and should be given credit for is kind of important. I got picked up in one particular review that I'd written not last week but the week before, where not giving enough advice and help and encouragement, which I think is also very important. So I was glad that I get picked up and I get edited and I got back on to give them a little bit of feedback, proper feedback, real one. Also, one of the things that I had noticed this year, the ticket points, the ticket collection points, which are great. You swipe your credit card and out pops your tickets, but that's the problem. Out they pop, and if you're not used to them, what happens is you're bending down to pick them up off the flare, which at my age could end up being quite a Fringe performance in itself. So that has been an interesting addition, good. So today, lots of wander about. I'm going to go and get myself some coffee and get the day started with a caffeine hit, and I may well be back in this wonderful place later on to finish my day after having seen all the shows that I've gone to see, and find out if I can get from one place to another, which on Google Maps says on foot is 20 minutes, and I have 20 minutes between the end of one show and the beginning of another. So the Nikes are on. Speak to you later. Bye for now.